Now, I have been seeing a lot of men doing these types of videos of how to perform better in the bedroom, how to please women in the bedroom better than 90% of men. And that's cool, but I want to give you guys a woman's perspective on this. Because yes, we as women have sexual desires, have sexual needs that honestly men have a hard time fulfilling. And it's not your fault. It's because we don't teach our men about women, and women are too insecure to speak what they are desiring out of their partner because of shame. Sexual energy holds so much shame and insecurity within it. And within that restrains us from truly getting to experience another person in totality, because we are blocking ourselves off in a lot of facets, so we do not get to experience a full body orgasm. Now, having sex is a dance. It's not something a man needs to uphold to have to make his woman orgasm. A woman also plays a huge factor within the orgasm itself, and vice versa. It's a dance. And this is what I want to get into, is how to perform better than in the bedroom. It truly comes down to this. Men, sometimes I think y'all have a hard time doing this because you've been programmed by porn sites, and porn sites show you exactly what sex is not. Quite the opposite. Women don't want to just be penetrated immediately. Forceful, hard, and just like that's that, and then you lay on your back depleted because you weren't even in control of your sexual energy. Hell, you weren't even breathing correctly to further you into energetic alignment. You're just kind of allowing your sexual energy to take control over you as a man, and that's your job, to harness that, to master that. So then you can further assist a woman in opening to you. So you guys can actually experience an orgasm that isn't short term. A lot of people experience when they orgasm just like a sneeze. It's like a sneeze that the body just does, and it's not really supposed to be like that. We can build our sexual energy to a capacity that allows another person in to our waters, so then we can actually further get to know the energetics of another person in depth. But when we just swim in shallow waters within another person, or we've only known our own shallow waters, we don't know how to swim in another person's depths. And unfortunately, a lot of women can't fully open to their man, or can't fully open to men in general, because there's a lot of shame, insecurity within having to perform a proper way to appease a man. And a lot of women would rather perform for a man than allow a man to get to know what she is desiring, so they can further assist one another in the climax to God. Because that's truly what an orgasm is, you guys. It feels so good because you guys are in energetic alignment to a higher frequency that is within your body. But when one person's only going there and the other person is being left behind, there's gonna be disharmony within that energetic container that you guys are interacting in the bedroom, So men, I'm gonna talk to you, okay, as like I'm like your big sis, or we're just friends and I'm just trying to assist you in pleasing your woman, because your woman deserves to be pleased, okay? And this is just something that I've further gained knowledge upon, because listen, not a lot of women also are set up to be able to express themselves openly within sexuality, within a container. A lot of women are putting themselves as this freaky girl, because that's celebrated and glorified for some reason in today's society. But then when they get into the bedroom, they're just performance monkeys. performing for a man, for him to climax, for him to nut right away, using one another as masturbation utensils. And the orgasm should not be the main priority. Let me be clear. Orgasm during sex should not be the priority for either person. What it should be is to further connect, to further form intimacy that can be actually experienced through the action of sex. But intimacy isn't actually formed in the bedroom. It's formed outside of the bedroom through your communication skills, through your consistency, through your reassurance, through the hard times, and making them into further intimate bonds, knowing that a person will be there no matter what. But this can be tricky. If you're just looking to please a woman to get yourself off, to know that you can please a woman, you've got it backwards, men. Let's clean the slate right now. All you must know is that you have a priority to be centered, to be present, and to be in tune, not only with yourself, but with that woman, to actually adhere to what she is saying without perhaps her saying anything. Now, the secret here lies upon getting into it slowly. A lot of men feel like women just want to be forced into the bedroom and just kind of, she likes when it's just bada bing, bada boom, done. Women don't get off to that. Women actually need to open to allow her to even the privilege to climax. There has to be an opening. So let's look into that first. How can you open a woman? It's not by just heavy petting, heavy stroke, heavy, down there. No, it's not about that. It's about seeing her in her sovereignty, naked, vulnerable, and you have a duty to remind her of her divinity. And you can do that by showing her the delicacy you hold of her, by savoring every kiss, by caressing her body with a soft touch, by whispering in her ear things that you think of her. That actually really turns a woman on, is vocal cues in the bedroom. It allows her to feel safe and it reassures her. Because a lot of women need reassurance, and that's not a bad thing. So reassure her. Tell her she looks sexy. Maybe pull her hair a little bit. Do some things that kind of get her turned on. They get her excited. Instead of just you allowing your sexual urges, your old sexual programming, to take control over the situation that doesn't even have a woman in mind. It has your fulfillment in mind. It has your nut in mind. And it's not really satisfying when another person can't meet you in the climax. It may feel satisfying when you're alone in your bedroom masturbating to porn, but that's not reality, sweetie. When you actually have a real woman in front of you, view her as sacred. Don't view her as you would view your computer screen on a Tuesday night before bed, trying to get a nut off. So fast, so furious. Where are you going? You going to sleep. She doesn't want to go to sleep. She wants you to savor her. She wants you to connect to her. Get centered in your breathing. Don't go offline. Don't allow your sexual urges, dickhead, to be more activated than your actual mental. And the importance of this truly does go unnoticed within men. I feel like you guys think that what you've been taught through porn sites is how women actually want to be treated. And it's a complete lie. And it's been set up to deter you off a path of forming unity with another person. You must have her in mind during the sexual interaction. We think that, in the bedroom, it's all about being hot and heavy, kind of getting into it right away, having that orgasm right away so that it can be done. That's not fun. There's no fun in that. It's just a means to an end. What about finding end to the means? End your need to gratify that pleasure in you immediately. What happens if it marinates in the body for a little bit? All that intense energy that you have that you just wants to bust right away, why don't you use it to please her? And I'm gonna give y'all a little secret, okay? For a woman to actually have an orgasm, she needs to be turned on in some way. We as women don't see your dick and get turned on. I'm sorry. We don't work, it doesn't work that way for us. We get turned on by a man showing care, by a man taking his time, by a little bit of dominance, a little bit of, not overbearing right away. You guys can work into that, because actually a true feminine woman really loves to be dominated in the bedroom, but that's a side note. We need to work into that. We need to build trust and safety in that container before we can kind of participate in that end of the spectrum. Anyways, but how do we do this? By taking it slow and steady, okay? Slow and steady truly wins the race within this, okay? And I would suggest slow kissing, really, getting into it in that way, like slow kissing around the neck, the stomach area, the breast ridges maybe, okay? If she's into that. A little bit of hair pulling, a little bit of dirty talk in the ear will truly allow her to form excitement for you. And there will be that opening. There will be that opening. That chemistry needs to be there as well, you guys. That's why I truly think that one night stands are such a disservice to human beings, because no one's being turned on. What's being turned on is usually a need to fulfill something, usually a wounding within them that they can't see themselves. So we don't want to bring that behavior into the bedroom of someone we truly care about. And that behavior really should be put to an end regardless. Get to know yourself first so you can fully show up in confidence in the bedroom. Because you guys are both naked in the bed. You guys are both very vulnerable. You guys can relate to that. So we don't need to make this experience awkward in any way or shameful. We just need to be on the same page as your partner. So once you have that in place, you can experience things. It doesn't matter if it gets awkward at times. You guys can laugh about it because you guys are in this experience together. Not one person's leading and one person's just kind of taking a step back, allowing the other person to do whatever they want because they're horny. That's not sexy. What's sexy is communication and is the ability to attune yourself to the other person while growing into the climax itself. And you do that by constant affection. And you can do that by truly allowing the other person to feel safe in that way. So, men, number one tip I want to give y'all upon performing better than most men is when you're touching her down there, make sure it's like, a little wet down there. And please take your time, go slow, don't go really fast. A woman doesn't get turned on when you're poking her clit. It hurt, okay? Take it slow, massage it, make it like a massage, okay? Massage it, massage her down there area. Make it so it's lasting. It's not something that is like you're trying to get to an end point with. Find fun in it as well. Find pleasure within pleasuring her. And then just when you guys are on the same page and you guys are kind of in tandem within the energetic of what it means to have a sexual experience with someone, you guys are working as a machine almost. One person's doing their part so another person can do their part. And you guys are working off one another. Okay? Now every person has different connection to their sexual energy, which allows them to either open further, or maybe it takes a little bit of time, and that's okay. That's okay. We don't need to rush into having an orgasm. What's most important is taking your time, men. I'm gonna just say that. Take your time with that woman. Play with her a little bit, okay? Talk some sexy talk in the ear. Pull the hair a little bit. Feel her body. Remind her of how beautiful she is. And she will appreciate that a lot. A lot. Because a lot of men just think about themselves in the bedroom, of how they can get off. And how they get off is completely different from how a woman gets off. So learn about a woman's pleasure centers. Learn about maybe her past sexual history. Allow her to open emotionally, mentally, before she can open physically to you. That's how a woman works. We're very different. And it's for a beautiful purpose, because we allow each other the harmony within, creating an experience that allows each individual to have a mirror inside of themselves through the other polarity. So treat that woman with respect. Reassure her. Get in tune and in center with your breathing. Don't allow your sexual urges to control the bedroom. You master your mind. You take it slow and steady. And know that the orgasm isn't the main point of having sex. It's connecting in spiritual alignment to that person. Because when it's not viewed as sacred, there will be implications to it, just to further show you that you're out of alignment to the God within, that wants you to experience the climax to God, so you don't plummet, because you haven't obtained that energetic yourself. Love yourself before you love another. Learn how to please yourself without a corn site to assist you. Further get to know your body so you can further adapt to another person and assist them in the bedroom. And so you guys can actually have a fulfilling experience, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, etc. So if you guys like today's video, let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.